Here's a myth. Having an insurance agent costs you more money. The truth? An Allstate agent can save you a bundle by helping you get all of the discounts you deserve. Discounts for safe driving, anti-lock brakes, owning a new car, paying electronically, having more than one policy, and more. All told, the Good Hands offer more than 30 different car and home insurance discounts.
Give the Rutherford Agency a call today.
Hi, I'm Wallace Cunningham, Director of Multicultural Outreach with AARP South Carolina. I am here to let you know that AARP is about promoting positive social change, the kind of social change that benefits everyone, especially those persons 50 plus and their families. AARP wants everyone to have a high quality of life. For more information, give us a call at 803-765-7376 or visit our website at aarp.org.
Hi, and welcome to this edition of MyMetroTV.com Daybreak. First stop to the rest of the weekend. I'm Frederick Knight. Thank you for joining us this morning. Coming up on today's show, my conversation with Raymond Jones. Mr. Jones is behind the Metro City Club. We're going to discuss his thoughts on stimulating the economy. Plus, we'll revisit the kickoff of the Richland County Democratic Party's 2012 campaign season, and we'll have that Power of Praise TV.com inspirational video of the week, the My Metro TV Movie Minute, and more. Coming up on today's edition of MyMetroTV.com Daybreak. First stop to the rest of the weekend. With the current economic conditions across the country in a downturn posture, I had the opportunity to speak with a local entrepreneur who is offering what he feels could be a welcome shot in the arm for local customers and business. I spoke with Raymond Jones about the Metro City Club. Tell me a little bit about Metro City Club.
Okay. Well, first of all, Metro City Club was founded by a man named Mr. Glenn Goff, and it's headquartered out of Tampa, Florida. And they've been in business for about, we're in the pre-launch stage now, for about eight months.
Tell me a little bit about what is Metro City Club.
Okay. First of all, Metro City Club is a members-only club. It is a rewards program, and the membership is absolutely free. And the purpose of the club is to incentivize the local merchants, because right now the local merchants are paying a lot of advertising money. So we want to save them some advertising money because of the economy, the way the economy is now. So we want to save them a lot of advertisement dollars.
So now tell me again, Mr. Jones, what are some of the advantages of being a member of the Metro City Club?
Okay. First of all, the membership is free, and the members can earn reward points on a monthly basis. Then they can refer other members to join the club, and they can earn reward points off of those members also. And also on a monthly basis, they can be able to cash a percentage of those reward points in for cash dollars.
Okay, so now tell me about some of the advantages that a local merchant would enjoy being a part of this.
Okay. As I first stated, the local merchants, for example, they are paying thousands and thousands of dollars doing advertisement on TVs and radios. So what we can do, we can save them a lot of those advertisement dollars by sending them sending them our members to their business, and they doesn't pay a fee until the members come into their place of business and give them their service.
Tell me, what are some of the types of businesses that could benefit from being a partner with Metro City Club?
Well, a barbershop, beauty shops, restaurants, doctor's office, dental office, all of those can benefit from being a part of the Metro City Club.
Okay, now tell me about, I understand you just started the drive to put partners on. Tell me about one of the partners that you have in place already.
Yeah. Okay, our first merchant, local merchant that we have in South Carolina is the deli.
I spoke with Deborah Culler, owner of the deli, to find out a little bit about her business.
We serve breakfast here, 7:30 to 10:30. We also have lunch from 11 to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We have affordable prices that we also deliver.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about the menu. What will we find on the menu here?
If you came here, you would find Greek food, which is our gyros, Philly cheese steak, the Greek salads. We are located here at 1616 Taylor Street, diagonally across from the Township Auditorium. Our telephone number here is 803-748-9344. You can also fax your orders in at 803-748-9365. For any other information, just call.
If folks want to find out more about becoming members of the Metro City Club or becoming partners of the Metro City Club, how would they go about doing so?
Well, they can call Raymond and Mary Jones at 803-269-2544.
We're here tonight at Richland County Democratic Party kickoff. This marks the beginning of the 2012 election cycle. Democrats laid out their plan to get President Obama elected for a second term. Mr. Summers, tell us a little bit about tonight's event.
Michael, it was a huge turnout tonight. We had over 200 people, over 200 Democrats come together here in the Midlands from all a number of counties all over the Midlands. We had people from Calhoun, Orangeburg, Fairfield, Lexington, Richland, Kershaw. Folks come together and get fired up for 2012 to get people turned out and ready to elect a Democratic slate of candidates for the 2012 election. Almost a year away, and it was amazing to see the energy of this crowd tonight.
Richland County has long been the Democratic stronghold in South Carolina. Tell us a little bit about what the Democrats are planning to do going into the 2012 election cycle.
Well, you're right. I mean, in Richland County in 2010, in this last gubernatorial election, Vincent Shaheen won 68% to 32%. A huge whitewashing right here in the center of the state over Nikki Haley. So for Democrats to be successful, we have to turn out our base and have to turn out our voters as we get geared up for 2012. So part of this effort tonight was to energize our base, have words from the state Democratic Party and let them know what our processes are in place, and to work as hard as we can to re-elect our President of the United States, Barack Obama, in 2012.
I think the key for Democrats in South Carolina is to really engage everyone across the state. What we learned in the last election was it's not enough just to have support in Greenville and Charleston and Columbia. We've got to reach out to the new folks who have moved into South Carolina, let them know the disaster that Republican government has occurred in South Carolina. You know, we have one of the highest unemployment rates in the nation. We've seen education plummet. Republicans have been charged for the last 11 years. We've got to get that message out beyond just Columbia to let people know that the Republican politics, the really far right wing that has taken over South Carolina, is not in our best interest.
South Carolina has one of the first in the South primaries. Republicans have a primary in 2012. Democrats do not. What are some of the things the Democrats will be doing to make sure they stay in the forefront?
I think Democrats will be pointing out when the nut jobs of the Republican parties really attack things that people in this country and in South Carolina love, like Social Security, which is a bedrock of the United States, like a strong defense, like strong police forces in our community. The Republicans are at a point now where they've gone so far to the right where they're attacking things that really matter to just your average South Carolinian. I think it's important for Democrats to say, hey, that's too much. You can only be so crazy before we'll call you out, and that's what you'll see over the next 6 months.
The president's approval rating is at an all-time low. What does that mean for South Carolina that is typically votes Republican?
Well, I think Barack Obama has a real serious challenge, and that is that unemployment is so high in this country. What I would remind people in South Carolina is that we have seen the highest unemployment rates in the nation over the last 10 years while Republicans have been in charge. So things are bad across the country, but they're worse in a state where Republicans have been in charge for the last more than a decade. So if you want a high unemployment rate, you know, the United States is suffering. But if you want a really high unemployment rate, go where Republicans are in charge. I think that's the message that has to be delivered from Democrats.
For Democrats to be successful in South Carolina, Richland County has to come out huge. And so we saw that in 2010. And we intend to do that again in 2012, especially with all the excitement surrounding Barack Obama. A lot of the huge turnout we had in 2008 were first-time voters coming out, young folks and students. The key is to re-energize those folks, re-energize our base, take our message to independents who are receptive of the Democratic message, and turn those folks out in 2012.
The South Carolina Association of Community Development Corporations recently held their two-day conference in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. At the top of their agenda was the need for expansion of broadband into rural South Carolina and the underserved minority communities. I spoke with the association's president and CEO, Bernie Mazyck, about the conference's focus.
CDCs traditionally, for most of us, relate to housing development or community development in a sense. Where does broadband come down in that big picture of community development?
Well, it's a good question. As more of our members see their communities somewhat isolated from the mainstream of information, broadband becomes necessary so that these communities can be connected to the larger world. Usually folk that are in low to moderate income communities, they often don't have access to the training materials and the educational materials that are available to, say, folk in the urban areas or communities that are more affluent. And so broadband, the access to broadband will help create access to information, access to resources. We know that the banking system is largely going to be going to a paperless system. It's all going to be based on the computer. It's going to be based on managing your finances over the internet. Same thing with medicine. Telemedicine is going to become a big thing where folk are going to be able to track their health records through the internet. So we in the community development arena see the need to develop communities with broadband already integrated into the planning process. And it's not where we need to catch up, it's where we need to stay ahead and think about that on the front end. So that as our CDCs are building and rehabbing homes, we need to start talking to those homeowners and home buyers about having access to the internet, access to broadband, and then make sure we can provide that to those communities.
Okay, you're speaking about improving infrastructure, say for instance in some of these rural communities, the expense that goes into owning a computer or that kind of thing, and most of these folks can't. So where are these folks, say for instance this community we just passed through, Horry County on the outlay. Okay, we get some money for broadband. Where are these people going to actually access? What's going to be the point of access for them to get to broadband?
Well, we're going to have to be working with providers like AT&T, like T-Mobile, like Verizon, to make sure that they are putting the infrastructure in place in these communities.
But I'm going to tell you three more things that we want to pay attention to, how it will impact people. It will impact people on telemedicine, meaning that if you're in Greenville, you're going to be able to communicate with a physician in Charlotte or in Columbia or in New York City who can help diagnose you. Your doctor can share test results, can share x-rays, and get second opinions, all sorts of things. So telemedicine, we look at educational opportunities, students who have access to all the best educational opportunities around the world. And then we look at the third thing is economic development. And we think people, particularly entrepreneurs and small businesses, will be able to use all the tools that are available through the internet to be able to have more efficient businesses and be able to go into business without having to go through all the upfront costs most people do.
For additional information, log on to the website internetinnovation.org.